Guys, so let's do this nice little video before that event comes. The new Nectar cards, let's go over them, and then we'll discuss like certain things you can do in the deck and how I think like the trigger build could possibly go for this. So everyone's favorite dragon, Aurboros. When rode upon, look at the 7 cards, add the grade 2 or grade 3 to your hand, and if you don't get it, call this card. Simple enough, so it's one of those superior rides. So we get a new 2 fours, that guy, and Broccoli Musketeer, where you just look for a grade 3. So Water Lily Musketeer, if she's in the front row, she becomes 10,000. And so that's good, so that's like a plain Musketeer build. Lily of the Valley Musketeers Rebecca, when placed, counterblast 1. Return one of your other Musketeer rear guards to look at 4 cards on the top of your deck. Call a Musketeer. So I can see why that grade 0 is named a Musketeer, because that's probably what you're going to snipe for another unit. Instead of searching for a grade 3, since you already have a grade 3, you're pretty much killing it for this unit. So I can understand that. Aurboros Dragon Branch, he gains 1,000 when rode upon by the grade 2. Call a card from your deck with the same name as the one of your rear guards. So pretty much if you had your back row of this, you would summon another one of that. Get a back row of this, you would summon another one of that. So I can see why people like Aurboros, because Aurboros seems to build your field as long as you have the cards to work with. Self-Damager, so Tulip Musketeer. This unit boosts hits, return to the hand, whatever. Alright, so some of the triple rares here. The grade 2 Cherry Blossom Musketeer Augusto. During your turn, if your Vanguard's a Musketeer, this unit gets plus 3,000. Now, what my build, I'm like starting to think with this, since these guys do go up to 1,200, there's obviously some restand, since you're going to be doing a lot of thinning apparently due to most of these Musketeers retiring a unit. Looking at the top 4 cards, it's legit just, you're like ezeling almost every turn depending on your field. So if you need to kill some grade 3s, you kill some grade 3s. But these units are pretty good. You just got to make sure you place them before you do anything crazy. So we have Lily of the Valley Musketeers. When in place, look at the top 4 cards. Call a Musketeer. The Musketeer is looking interesting. So when this is rode upon by a grade 3, call a card with the same name as one of your rear guards. Again, so if you had a grade 2 in the back, you call another grade 2 to the other side of the field. So you have more card advantage. Tulip Musketeer Mira, Self-Damager. So there's like plain Musketeer builds, and then there's like, you know, Aurboros with some Musketeers. You can set up cool plays because of Aurboros' awesome effect. It's a limit break 4, so at the start of your battle phase, all your units get the following ability at the end of the turn. So you have another unit with the same name as this unit. This unit gets plus 3,000 power. And a thing I like about Aurboros too is he doesn't need to be a limit break for this last part. You counterblast 2 to call a card with the same name as one of your rear guards from your deck. So pretty much he becomes a free counterblast at the end. So you can even summon cards for free for targeting the same unit. So what I'm thinking about this guy is, I'm pretty sure that guy goes pretty well when it comes to these grade 1 self-damagers, because if you bring another one of these and you're at 2 damage, you pretty much just set up your play in like 2 seconds. Somehow you did it, somehow these cards are in your hand, so you play both of them, then you play your grade 2, then you summon another grade 2, these back row units become 9,000 beat sticks, so you'll be able to swing at the Vanguard. This is why I would suggest stand triggers, because your units are going to be really freaking overpowering. Like high power columns. So that's pretty good what Aurboros actually brings. I can see why people like him the most. Cecilia, I have like many questions. So it's a 1-turn limit break. So you can only use this effect once per turn. Counterblast 1, return 5 grade 2 or less Musketeer cards from your draw zone to your deck and call 2 of her. So my question for this card is kind of awkward, because I'm summoning 2 of her, so I'm legit getting rid of 2 triggers. So that's when pretty much whatever's in your hand, the cards that do these effects, the ones that retire, when Counterblast 1, retire when you're the Musketeers, that's going to help you. And that's the whole point about her other effect. She says, again, she has a 1-turn thing. I don't think that has to be a limit break, this part. This Vanguard part right here, I don't think this needs to be limit break, I don't think. Because it says Vanguard, 1 turn, retire one of your Musketeers, look at the top 5 of your deck, call a Musketeer. So she's pretty much a free Ezel play if you want to get rid of a grade 3 Musketeer. And there is another grade 3 Musketeer, which is good, so this can be sacrificed for better cards. So Black Lily Musketeers, like any other unit, you boost her, she gains 3,000. So more like those commons. But I see a little bit more in her than I thought. Cecilia is actually pretty good in her own way. She has that nice one turn, retire any Musketeers, look at top 5 cards, and call a Musketeer. It's really nice with all the calling from the deck, because in the end, you're really thinning out, so you can get a lot of good trigger checks in. I mean, I just assume stands because you're legit. Your units are going to be pretty much in the way of killing every opponent's card with their 1200 attack or 9000 beat sticks. If you hit one stand, don't matter as long as the 1200 stands back up and you're swinging for 2300 with the back row, depending. So yeah, this new Neo Nectar event is going to be interesting. The other thing I realized, they do counterblast like a lot. I'm surprised they didn't get their own chef like in Grand Blue, because this counterblasting, you have to play your cards accordingly. Do not overblast yourself. Without a doubt. That I can tell. Do not. Because Cherry Blossom Musketeer is definitely the one you're going to need. He actually works with Aurboros Dragon too, because Aurboros just gives him the 3000 anyways. So Aurboros I like because he turns all your units up into 3000. So if you have 2 of the same back row units, those even become 3000. But if you had more of the other card, if you had all 3 of them in the back row, that means everything's just like a 10,000 booster or 9,000 booster, so you can always keep swinging. So these units can hit up to 2400 and 2300, so they can hit those cross-ride numbers pretty well. And the last card is World Snake Aurboros. When she attacks, scar a card from your hand. Yeah, just that card like from OTT. So Neo Nectar's looking pretty promising. I can't wait to try this deck. Very fun knowing what they do. When you keep calling in and out, it's like crazy. I do like that. That is very awesome, especially with the deck thinning. So when you do all that stuff, you're really going to enjoy Neo Nectar, period. So I like that. It's almost like playing Dark Regulars 2 when you're trying to target a Chariot. I mean, if you leave a grade 2 back there, you can grab yourself another grade 2 intercept. I guess obviously Narukami and Kagura is always... I mean, any deck that has those retires, every other deck is going to have a little situation depending on what cards they need. So, seeing these cards, I actually can't wait. I can't wait to pull for these. I want to make the Musketeer deck. I want to make Aurboros look great. It's going to be nuts. Cecilia is interesting. I'm just glad she can act like Ezreal by sacrificing a Musketeer to call something else. So that's why you have a couple garbage grade 3 Musketeers, and if you already have your grade 1 field planned out, then it's easy. You just sacrifice another grade 1 until you get a grade 2. So I like this. I really do. Enough Musketeer stuff to go around. That's 4 of 4 of. That's 4 of 4 of. That's 4. That's 4. Oh, I think you run 4 of each Musketeer. I think that's all they have. So if you're making like a full Musketeer deck, I think that's how you make it. Let me see. Yeah, that's how you make it. 4 of, 4 of. Oh, I think, no, it's not 4 of 4 of. It'd be like 4 of 4 plus the PG and 1 of. Yeah, I see it now. But yeah, to me, I feel like this build's going to be very stand heavy, because the sand triggers, all that power, all that attacking is going to be pretty nuts for what Neo Nectar actually is going to offer this week. So I can't wait for this event. I hope you guys are ready too. This looks exciting. I'm excited to always test something new that I haven't played or test new combos. You know me. I love it. So until next time, guys, be good, stay safe, and I'll see y'all for the Neo Nectar event. Period. Haha.